Hey guys, come on in. So I'm going to introduce you to Shrapnel Design now. Shrapnel Design has been around for about 20 years. We started out making presentation portfolios, but since then we've expanded into all kinds of different cool little gifts, everything from like books and boxes and presentations for influencers and VIPs, a lot of pieces for athletes, working with wood, acrylic, leather, and aluminum. So I'm going to show you the shop. Come on in. So here you have our Trotec Laser, purring away as it does. At Shrapnel, we use our laser in a couple different ways. The primary way is making our own products and branding our own products. So whether that's our own logo or putting client logo, sayings, artwork onto their pieces. We're lucky enough to live and work in a neighborhood here in East Vancouver where we've got endless amounts of artists and furniture makers and designers. We also work a lot with advertising agencies, creating custom products for them, things like pitch decks and pieces that are meant to promote products that clients sell. So Not Yours is our newest project. It's a retail project. We've noticed the neighborhood around here has really changed a lot with a lot of new breweries and different things going on. A lot of people are turning their showrooms into retail spaces. So we thought we'd get in on that, and we've brought in a lot of products from Japan, Italy, the Netherlands that complement our work. It's got kind of a retro industrial vibe to most of the products and a heavy analog theme. So that includes things like the Polaroid and film cameras that we brought in, and things like pens, pencils, artist supplies, desktop accessories, but not the digital things. It's all analog. You're never going to see us selling phone chargers and things like that. It's all staplers and pens and pencils and scissors, the stuff you all have, except nice. I first learned about laser technology probably about 15 years ago, and it started out, we were making our portfolios and clients were asking us to add branding or their name to their portfolios. So we started looking for the highest quality way to do that. Obviously print still existed, but it was a little bit tough to print on wood and metal. So we started looking at lasers and using a couple different vendors from the neighborhood. So as we explored it more and more, we really loved the process and kind of figured out what we could do with it. Problem was we always had to pay to play, and so we were only able to just do what the client wanted. The process being so expensive was prohibitive to us experimenting and getting more creative with the process. So what we ended up doing was talking to James over at Trotec. He got us set up with a laser about 7 years ago, and since then it's just been a joy to use and play with and grow with, and we've managed to not only grow our company but also grow our creativity and create more possibilities than we thought we were ever going to get to in the beginning. When we first started shopping for a laser, we looked at several different brands, 3 in particular, and we found that the usability of Trotec, it's compatible with Illustrator, which most of the other lasers weren't at that time, and it just was the sharpest, most detailed process out of all the different things that we looked at. We also looked at CNC technology, but for what we were doing, it was mostly brand application, so the tools for a signage company made more sense. The other thing we really loved about Trotec was all the materials that we could buy from them, different sheets of metal and laserable materials that were incredibly handy, and in a lot of cases those materials have found their way into our product design and we use them every day. In terms of reaching out, growing our company and finding new clients, the main process that we use is honestly just word of mouth. We're lucky enough to live in a neighborhood like this. Of course we do social media and we have a beautiful website and we have all the different things that a person does, but most of the time it's just the work we do and other people referring us to new people. We're also very experimental here, so if people come to us with something that we've never done before, rather than turn them away and say we don't know how to do that, a lot of the time we dig in, we explore, we do our research, and we find new ways to push the process, and honestly that just excites us, and we feel like every time we use new materials, we get to put another arrow in our quiver and become an expert at something new, and that's what keeps us going 20 years and counting. We're lucky enough to have a fairly large space right in the heart of East Vancouver, and with our project Milk, we go in the East Side Culture Crawl every year and do some other events around that. So it's a fantastic opportunity to have hundreds, if not thousands, of people come into the studio, see our work, chat with us, and just give us feedback on what we're doing, and maybe tip back a couple beers from a local brewery at the same time.